Aaron Rodgers is a complete upgrade to the quarterback position for the New York Jets. It's not even a complete upgrade. It's an absolute boost from what the Jets had under center for the last 20 years. Is Aaron Rodgers the Aaron Rodgers 3 years ago? We don't know. Last year, he had a thumb injury. He wasn't the player he was the year before when he won an MVP, and the year before that when he won back-to-back MVPs. But this is still Aaron Rodgers. This is still one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL. With the talent around him in New York, not only will he succeed, he might have the best roster he's ever played for on any team in his career. When you have Breece Hall coming back from an ACL injury, Elijah Vera Tucker, one of the best offensive linemen in football. Sauce Gardner was the number one corner in all of football his rookie season. Garrett Wilson, offensive rookie of the year. You look at what this team provides, the youth it provides for Aaron Rodgers. It gives him the elite thought that they can go into Buffalo. They can go into Kansas City. They can go into Baltimore or Cincinnati and knock off any of these elite quarterbacks in the AFC.
And this is finally what happens when you build homegrown talent on the offensive side of the ball. You talked about Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall, one rookie of the year and another rookie of the year potentially if he didn't get hurt. Offensive linemen, they've drafted very well there. Denzel Mims, Elijah Moore still to be determined. Hopefully they get better with Aaron Rodgers because they're both on rookie contracts and you'd hope to keep one of them. But still, the Jets for years have been trying to poach free agent running backs, free agent wide receivers, and a lot of them only do well in small sample sizes, only one season. Look at Brandon Marshall, look at Braylon Edwards and Santonio Holmes. They only had a season or two that were good with the Jets. There were a couple of good running backs. Thomas Jones has had a steady amount of good seasons. Matt Forte, guys like that. But still, that doesn't matter if you don't have a passing game in today's NFL. Now, finally, they have a chance to have not only a passing game that's competent, but a passing game that could be lethal.
An elite defense. They'd still have to sign Quentin Williams. Carl Lawson will come back. He will restructure his contract if Aaron Rodgers comes here. CJ Mosley as well. This team can compete against anybody in the NFL if they add Aaron Rodgers to this roster. Rodgers is under contract through 2024 for a total of $108.8 million. Technically, the contract signed runs through 2026, but 2025 and 2026 are considered dummy years for the cap purposes. His deal includes a fully guaranteed $59.5 million this season, with $58.3 million coming in a form of an option bonus payable before the start of the regular season. Now, I don't know if the Jets are going to renegotiate or reconstruct this deal. More than likely, they will with the Green Bay Packers. Maybe the Packers take some of it. Maybe the Jets send one of their young players over there in a trade with possibly Rodgers and maybe one or two other players coming from Green Bay. I do believe Aaron Rodgers, before the end of the weekend, probably Sunday, there will be an announcement that he will be traded to the New York Jets. I think the Jets will introduce Aaron Rodgers sometime this week as free agency opens up on Monday. This deal needs to get done by Sunday. They do not want to go into Monday not knowing what they're going to do at the quarterback position and then free agency. Because if they don't land Aaron Rodgers, or let's say they wait for Aaron Rodgers for another 1 or 2 weeks, they can lose out on some of the other free agents they could possibly want to bring in to help this team out, even if they don't land Aaron Rodgers.
Because they have a lot of the positions filled that are key. You wonder if they're going to target a lot of offensive linemen, a lot of receivers, maybe to help out Rodgers. Like you were saying, Allen Lazard is a possibility just to keep Rodgers happy. Maybe some of the offensive linemen or tight ends he played with Green Bay. Now, CJ Uzomah, they probably are going to have to restructure his deal. I know that was one Aaron Rodgers was encouraged by, but still, most of the Jets free agents needs are at positions that aren't as pricey. Linebacker, safety, and then maybe interior offensive line. They're going to have to fill in maybe one of the tackle spots, but I think they'll do that in the draft because the Jets are not going to have to trade a first-round pick. And if they do, it's going to be probably a 2025 first-round pick if they have to do it. So they could get a tackle if they wanted to this year. Free agents are not going to be that pricey. Joe Douglas is not that pricey when it comes to spending in free agency as it is, but he's got to hit on some of them. He hasn't done as well with that.
And there are quite a few pieces that Aaron Rodgers would like to bring from Green Bay to New York. Being an offensive lineman that could fit this structure moving forward with the New York Jets, a veteran guy like David Bakhtiari. He's a guy that is going to be possibly available if they can reconstruct his contract. Maybe he gets traded with a guy like Aaron Rodgers in this trade, and maybe the Jets trade away other pieces, maybe trading away Corey Davis, or maybe one of the young ones like Elijah Moore. But there are a lot of opportunities that the Jets could have if they add Aaron Rodgers.